I want to get your professional opinion on Valdez's opinion on this Ravens-Titans game. So just to give you an idea, I'm sure you know, but Valdez is one of our producers. He's just a hillbilly, but he's from Baltimore. And I believe he knows the Ravens as well as anybody in the country. All right? He actually predicted in the preseason.
John Harbaugh.
Well, in terms of dummies that talk on the radio.
Right.
Valdez predicted in the preseason, he said, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Now, he's looking pretty good, except he said this week, Charlie, that he actually doesn't like this matchup. Tell Charlie why you don't like this matchup, and I want to hear what Charlie thinks of your evaluation, because I'm going to put money on Valdez's opinion here.
All right, a couple of things, Charlie. I think that Pease outdueled Roman in that 2012 Super Bowl when Cap was the quarterback for San Francisco, and he had a good game plan where he took the edge rusher, Suggs, and he just hit the quarterback and kind of took Cap out of the game, forced the ball out of his hands.
It was only 7 years ago.
All right, but go ahead.
All right, I think that the Ravens have a problem on their defense with setting the edge. If you look at the San Francisco game, the way that Mostert ran, they were able to seal the edge, and the Ravens weren't fast enough to get there. And I feel that if the Titans are able to keep the offense off the field and control the clock, they have a very good shot of keeping it close in the fourth quarter and kind of stealing it at the end. And then also the way Tannehill, even though he did not play very well against the Patriots, they are 8-3 down the stretch, and he is 6th in the NFL against the blitz. And then if you look at Wink Martindale's blitzing scheme, they blitz 70% of the time. So I feel like he has an ability to kind of counteract the Ravens blitz.
I'm glad you stumbled toward the end.
You stumbled a little bit.
That was like too succinct for you,
But
Valdez.
Charlie, how do you evaluate that analysis?
You ought to be on your show more.
Right? What do you think, though, Charlie?
No, it's all good points. I made some of them on the radio the other day. I had forgotten about Pease versus Kaepernick and hitting the quarterback. Here's the thing. Buffalo had that in the plan but couldn't execute it because this guy's too fast, okay?
Right.
So if you can execute it, nobody's done that yet. All right? Nobody's just gone after the quarterback, which is legal. So that's number one. Number two, Tannehill, the stats weren't good, but the tape was good. He made 3 plays in the game, which were crucial. The first touchdown, which they isolated the backup Terry Brooks. That's coaching. But he made the throw for the touchdown. Then he made some I remember the play visually, but I don't remember where it was in the game, where he made some off schedule. He's running. He kind of flips, gets a first down. It was kind of an odd throw.
Yeah.
But that was a good play. And then the third down completion to keep the drive at the end of the game was a clutch throw.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hard throw when I looked at it, and Brooks was defending, and the guy was wide open. But he had to make the play. So he made the plays. The stats against the blitz, we'll see if he can execute it in this game. But at least statistically, he's done it. And you're right. You run to the outside. San Francisco ran to the outside. And I use that as an illustration of one of the shows on how to run against Baltimore, because you can't run inside. You want to run outside against Judon, and I said that the other day on the air with Henry. So I think all of those are good points. And Tennessee it's a good defense. It's not a great one, but it's the question is, can they execute to and no one's consistently been able to do that. The key was, can they run the ball now? I mean, this team is a good running team, and they might be able to run outside. You guys just got to be able to execute it. It's a nasty matchup, because here's the thing. Lamar has gotten better throwing the ball, but if you watch the Buffalo game, he wasn't very good most of the game. And they blew a coverage to give him 7 points. Buffalo did, which does happen a little bit against these people because he's committing to stop the run. So he's got all valid points.
Also, is Ingram going to play? Because Ingram sat out most of the week with the calf. He missed, last
My
week,
guess
obviously.
is when I was on NBC Sports Washington last night, they were saying that the reports they had over there from the coaches was that he did look good in practice yesterday. So
that's good.
But then you got to know how good he is. That's the other thing.
Right.
But Ingram's important to him. But they can get by with Edwards for a game in this offense. So.
Well, Charlie, I just look at the records of the home teams in this particular round, the 1 and 2 seeds over the last 6 years. They're 19-5.
Yeah, and that's always been the case.
For a reason.
Yeah. Well, number one, they're good, and they got to buy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Historically, I always thought it was about 75%, 3 out of 4 win this weekend. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, whatever 19-5 is. No, that's a good bet, and they got here for a reason. But I think Valdez has all valid points. And I've made them in different ways. But he did a good job there.
What's funny is, this is what's funny about this show, right? You make an argument and you want to be right.
He's going to damn near root for the other team.
He's going to be rooting for Tennessee.
No, he's not. He's a Baltimore dog.
He's definitely going to be rooting for Tennessee.
I don't like how everyone's just looking ahead to a Ravens Chiefs matchup in the AFC Championship when I think this is a worse matchup for the Ravens than the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well,
do you agree with that, Charlie?
Yeah. Well, let's see. They could have played Houston in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's one possibility, and they killed Houston, even though Houston's got a good offense. So, no, I think here's the thing with Tennessee. When I did them during the year, and I'm going through their roster with some scouts of other teams, what's interesting is there's a lot of positives. When you get to defense, I says, give me their weaknesses. Well, their second and third corners don't cover well man-to-man. Okay, most teams don't have second and third corners to cover well man-to-man, but it's a solid team. And the offensive line is good. It's a big physical line. The right side isn't as good as the left side, but, they can run the ball. They got a good group of receivers. The tight end group is a group. It's decent. It's all parts, but it's decent. And the key was getting Mariota out of there and Tannehill producing for him.
Yeah.
So